Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is, alright, probably not the last video in the series of building the Warhammer Baneblade in digital camo, orange and red. Yeah, it's a beast of a kit, all built and painted now. Last bits to do. I figure there's probably going to be two more videos, this one and one more. This one is going to be the finalising the painting, the tidying up, the improvements and bit. There's that bit still unpainted, as are two extra bits that haven't been stuck on yet. The cover for that bit, which obviously I couldn't put the cover on until I painted inside there, because you can see through the slats in it, and the ladder for the side, which goes on the side over here. As well as that, there are say some bits that don't want to be in camo that I've painted now. The headlights, the big searchlighty thing, some of the guns, that sort of general tidying up. So that's the first bit. If that goes smoothly and quickly, then I'll continue on and do the weathering. If this takes longer than I think it might, if it's, you know, turning into a bigger, longer video, then I'll do that bit, and then I'll do the final video of the weathering, which I shouldn't be too much, but we'll see how it goes, because yeah, it's probably going to be two videos, because other than that it's going to be too long. So I shall start. I'm going to start at the beginning, because it's a very good place to start. The first thing I'm going to do is these two extra pieces, mainly this one, so I can get it actually attached and stuck on. I'm going to be doing that in Castellax bronze. I decided, from no apparent reason. It needs to sort of stand out a little bit from the everything. I was going to do it in a sort of lead beltery gunmetal type thing, but I figured I'd go a little bit more extreme. It's a nice bronzy colour, so that in itself should lend itself quite nicely. So basically this one just needs painting. As a metallic paint, I'm doing it straight out of the pot. No thin coats, no watering down, everything else. Most of this build, the remaining part of this painting, is going to be straight out of the pot, because it's going to be mainly metallics and things. So before Fox or anyone else starts screaming at me for doing it out of the pot, that's, you know, you can thin down and use wet palettes for metallic paints, but it interferes with the pigments and things, so it's generally better not to, if you can get away with it. And on this I can definitely get away with it. So yeah, just painting each individual rung, making sure I get round all sides of it. You're not going to be able to see a great deal from the back, but you can definitely see the edges. So I shall get this painted, and then when it's dry, stick it on. I'm also going to do the same bronze on the cover, but the interior of that is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to go more a little bit of detail work in there. So while the cover and this are drying, I'll get on and paint some of that and show you what that looks like. So I'm not going to finish the last bit. See you in a moment. So for the inside of this little hatch bit, I'm going to start off with some brass scorpion, which is a nice rich gold colour, but also nicely metallic, and just gives the right to my eyes, sort of engine sort of. It's too new and shiny, but we'll worry about that in a minute. But yeah, it's just to give a good base colour that's a little bit different. You're not going to be able to see very much of this at all through the let me show you the cover that's going to go over the top of it. But yeah, it's just to give a slightly darker interior. I could again go with lead belter or something of a dark thing, but I'd like to give a little bit of effect of something brighter. Hopefully it will show through a little bit. So I'm just going to do the entire interior in that, and then we'll worry about picking out some detail that you probably won't be able to see anyway. But yeah, so that's the next bit. And of course, most importantly, the Aquila, the seals, and I'm going to do the wherever I can find the little skulls and sort of detail marks in Retributor armour in the gold. because it's got to stand out and look nice. Now this is obviously fairly easy to do because it's all raised detail, so I'm just carefully brushing over the tops of this, hopefully without, you know, any errors or slipping and going everywhere else. I'm not going to go around the edges and the sides. This is just surface detail, and it will look a little bit like that. Obviously, again, finding all of those on there, I'm probably going to miss one, so I'll probably have to come back and do some more again as I find them. But yeah, there's obviously the two on the front, there's a couple on the barrel, there's one on the side. One side I haven't got one on, but so I'll just be going around looking for them all, and I say at the end, when I've finished, I'm sure you'll be able to find one that I haven't done. But this should, hopefully, it's not coming out so well against the orange, but it's come out quite nicely on the other side against that, the dark red. It just adds the little something. Oh, there's a big one on the front. Yeah, I nearly forgot that one. Big one on the front and other ones around. So I'll get all those done, and then other bits should be dry, and I'll be able to attach up some more bits. I'm also adding some of the brass scorpion to the back section. This is going to take a little bit of extra attention. Obviously there's lots of bits. It's just going to be sort of obviously detail work in here with the rosettes and the scroll work. I think I'm going to do the big brass tubes in the brass scorpion. Obviously more than that, but that gives you the idea. And then maybe the detail work in a different colour. The top tube is in a different colour, all metallics, but sort of mixing it up a little bit. So I'm going to continue on and do some of this. There's no point in me just, you know, wittering on and you watching while I'm doing stuff like this, especially when I need to get into the edges to do the more detail work, where I have to get my head in the way of the camera as well. So apologies for this being more of a here's what I've painted rather than here's me painting it video than normal, but it's all just basic, you know, picking out little bits here and there. So I shall revisit the video when I've got some more detail done and show you what I've been doing. So there's a few highlighted bits put in there. Obviously I've done all the gold bits. I've done some bits on the little turrety things, a couple of little highlights on other areas, and inside there. Now the one thing to do before I lock this bit up is dirty it up a bit. I'm just going to use the traditional Nuln oil, just to give it a sort of dirty, grimy, yeah, just make it look a little bit more used, shall we say, in there. So let's just get some Nuln oil, and traditionally, as ever, we'll just, thank you Ted, pretty much covering all of it, just because it's an engine type thing, so yeah, it just needs to be dirty. So that's that. Then comes the sticking. So I've got the ladder to put on and that bit to go over the top there. It's just going to sit on there like that, and it pretty much means you can't see anything inside there, but you sort of can a little bit if the angle's right. So yeah, it's not a complete waste of time painting inside there, but I'm also not going to be spending ages doing it. So I'm just going to add some glue to the inside of those little hook bits, get that jammed in there, lined up so it looks like it's sort of hinged. That's pretty much straight across there. I'm not going to bother gluing down the other side because it doesn't need to be done. It's just that's attached on there well enough. That's fine. Now the ladder has a couple of little indentations. We've got 4 there, so 2 there and 2 there. As ever, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue into the holes. The bottom ones aren't really holes, they're just sort of little divots. So that'll just sit on there. And that fits on there, just like that. Just hold that there for a couple of seconds to let that fix on. And that's pretty much the extra bits added on. A few more bits to highlight and add on. Going to do a little bit for the hinges in a couple of different metallics and things, just to bring it all home a bit. The other bit I've already done is the little window outlines. So yeah, a few more bits to add here and there. And then that's pretty much that. The gun, again, I'm going to do in a probably the lead belcher. I did almost forget the big gold bit on the back there, but I didn't. I haven't seen any other emblems that need golding, so I think that's that for those. But yeah, so I'm just adding some metallics to various bits here or there, just to the little touches of detail seem to bring it out and make it look a little bit more real. The big barrels obviously are staying as they are. The little barrels I'm not sure about. I think I might add some metallics to little bits of it to, again, just break it up a little bit. So yeah, I'll get a few more bits done and then we'll come back and see what it looks like. Right, I know it's not been long for you, but it's been a while for me since the last little segment of this video. I've done a few little bits off camera here and there, again, just updating bits and putting little metallic extras on. And the biggest bit, I've painted the big barrels blue. I felt like I needed a bit more colour. So apart from doing those blue, there's one other thing that I'm going to do before calling this a day, and that's tidying up around the barrels. The little hook bits, again, it's too much red for me, so I'm going to do those in lead belcher because it's a good go-to colour that just it just tidies up where I've not got the blue finish around the edges quite well, and just makes it a little bit more integral, a little bit more balanced. So that's that. After that, I'll show you what I've done, and then that will be calling this video done. So I'll get to this and I'll see you soon. Okay, there we have it, painted. I'm sure there's a few bits here and there that I've missed and messed up on, but that will all be taken care of in the next stage, which is going to be the weathering, the chipping and painting and covering in mud and dust and muck, which is going to make it a bit muddy and bring it all together basically. But all in all, I'm happy with it so far. There's, say, enough detail there that brings it and makes it look good. I do like the blue on the back there now though, that adds a little element of focus. So I hope you're enjoying the series so far. If you are, say, obviously follow along, wait for the next one. It won't be as long as this one's been, I promise. Honest, it won't be. I'm trying harder. So thank you for watching. I shall see you soon. Keep watching, stay safe, and bye bye for now.